Good afternoon from the KC range. Today we're talking about the Star 300. This one is not the best looking Star 300 that there is. That is, the story goes with this one at least, that, let's see, you can read and see how bad this looks. But the 300s went to the Nazi Germans and they used them for the Air Force and for their Air Force, of course. But anyway, this one was supposedly shot down over France. When I got it, it has some clunky wooden grips on it. It does have the Waffen amp or whatever you call that thing. I've got written down what it's supposed to say, but you can, I don't know if you can catch this or not, but right in here, it does have it, and the serial numbers, it was a German contracted pistol. According to the book by Gene Gangarosa, who wrote for a lot of gun magazines back in the day. You know, I used to read a lot of gun magazines, but you can see this well-patterned book. I love my Spanish guns. What I did most of my life was taught Spanish. But this is the miniature of this is a Model 300. I don't know if I told you that yet, but this is a Model 300. It is a miniature of the Model 400, which was the Model 1921. And these bad boys have the most horrendous spring. I don't even know. Let's see how this one works. It's been a while. Let's see. I've never shot this, and I don't know if I want to. Well, it's been through it. But the serial numbers on this gun were part of the contract. Well, anyway, it's a rattly gun. Well, that helps, but see, that's all slide rattle. So we'll see what it does. Oh, well, I can tell you a little bit about the gun. But it's a miniature of the 1921, and this was, this got the contract. Spain had contract out the Hero. Anyway, I talked about in other videos that Hero whatever gun that had the contract, and then Astra made this, and it's kind of related to the locking system at the front of these barrels. That's why this is a 380 Largo. I've never shot this gun either. In fact, I've never any 380 Largo bullets. I wish I could find some of it. Well, every once in a while, I think you can see them. You can find them that are non-corrosive, and I don't like corrosive. And I run a 1916 Mauser with that one time, way back in the 80s. But anyway, this is a nice example of a 600 that I don't know if I can cock it back or not. I mean, it has a spring on it. It wants to move. There it goes. But that is cocking it back. It might do better the second time, but that is all spring. And I had a 600 one time, which is the 9mm that they made for the Nazis during World War II, a 9mm version of this 9mm Largo, or Bergman, Bayard, whatever. But you had to push in on this little thing to get apart the little, you got to push down. It's got a little, I don't know if you can see that, but you got to push that thing down with the casing or something. Then you can unscrew this, and you better watch out, because I had to hunt down a piece one time for my 600. No, this is I think the 600 was the 9mm. It's a little bit shorter than this that they made for the Nazis. And this wants to, but anyway, it's got to be pushed down. But you see that just spins off right there. But I've never shot this gun, nor that one. But let's see. And they both have the markings on the front. And before 1926, it was EU for Esperanza y Unceta. And that's where the Hope pistol got its name. Esperanza means hope. Then after that, it became Unceta y Compañía SA. And they both say Guernica, España, which is where Astra moved to make that Campo Hero pistol. That's the name of it. Popped into mind right there. So they attracted them to move from iBiter, or A-biter actually, to Guernica. And they used to have a logo. This is a wooden checker grip. This may have been made. These were made at first for military and police contracts, Spanish Civil War, a whole story about them, but we're talking about this one today. This is the Mini, and this one was actually Spanish contracted. It fell in between the dates. There's different contract numbers, 1942 shipments. These are the contract numbers for all of that. This was in the October 8th shipment. There was 3,200, 3,000, 3,000, 2,500, 2,500, and 3,000 on those dates. And they're the serial number range. And this lies in the 55.3. Let me see if I can read it. I should have brought glasses. But you can see there's where that Waffen amp is. And the number is 251. You can barely, let me get this in. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it would be, right in there. And the serial number on this gun. All right, here it is. It's 554946. So that falls right in here between the 553, 501. But see where I saw it again. All right, here. I don't know if you can see that. It's right up under that Waffen amp. But let's see if it shoots. I'm definitely going to put on the eye protection because it's a rattle. Yeah, I'm going to use, of course, put this on too because I will forget. This back in here. Someday I'm going to find some ammo. I'm not going to be paying for it. But let's see. I'm going to put in 2 first, just so if it does go auto on me, it's not going to go full auto. And I forgot to read how many rounds this thing takes. Well, here are the targets. Typical my targets. Just put something in there and shoot at it. Oh, let's see. I would love to have the Antares makes an expensive book on the Spanish. Well, he makes 2. He makes one on the Star, which is like the authoritative book on Star, and he makes another one, Astra, which I haven't heard much about. But this covers Astra, Star, Llama from the beginning, and they were all still in business when this was published, and so it doesn't go to the end. But let's try these 2, and hopefully everything goes well. Oh, there we go. So far, no good. All right. Don't do like that. I don't trust this really too well. Okay, low left. All right, that's up. So nervous. Well, let's just shoot it now. I guess it's not going to fall apart. I don't know if you can hear me. We'll just shoot it now. I don't know if it'll fall. It doesn't look like, but there's my first shot. I got a little shaky, but and then there's the second. Let me mark them and we'll hang this back. Let's see. And load the gun back up. Let's throw in 5. We're gonna throw in 5 rounds, I guess. I guess we're seeing everything, I hope. Let's see if I can tell you anything more about it. Anyway, July 21st was their last delivery date. And they also, with that model 600, the 9mm, and someday I'm going to get me another one. The prices have really jumped. All right, let's see. Here she loads. Nope. There she goes. All right. Mag keeps coming out. That's twice the mag has come out. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Held open on the last round. Yeah, it didn't do bad. There's the 2 I marked on it. Let's see. Let me set this down, but the mag keeps coming out. We got another mag. We'll try it. But here's the target. Here's the first 2, and then here's those last 5. I mean, those 4. Oh, that's an accurate little gun, and that was, of course, just me. You can see my tendency, I guess, being left-handed. When I pull that trigger, and you have to really concentrate. I'll show you with your right hand. And if you're right-handed, and if you're pulling down to the right, what happens is when you pull that trigger, really you should just hold the pistol there and concentrate on that, and you should be able to shoot the pistol fine. But see, what happens is when you pull that pistol, sometimes that causes like a little crab. I had a air cav from Vietnam. There was a ISS teacher one time at a school I started at, actually, teach me that. But I've been working on it. But that was me, the pulling over. When you pull, it's most probably, if you're pulling low left, it's most probably right-handed and pulling. But anyway, let's go some more. Let's try right-handed. Speaking of right-handed and left-handed, and we'll try that other mag and see if it does any better. What I do with the other mag, don't even mean. Oh, and it has that, the mag, this looks brand new. The mag, I guess it is. It's not, it's not. But the mag has that little thing to pull on, the same as its big brother. He went on and worked for the prison system after that. But what else? I was gonna say something else about that guy. He taught me how to wrap tape around a pencil so I could practice shooting at the wall, because you can wrap tape. I got a 439 back there, and they're back then. But anyway, he's taught me a little bit more. Let's see what this does, what I do right-handed. Oh, I think we're fixing so far. Let's see. To the right. Let me get hold of it. Not shooting it well right-handed. There we go. I got a couple more. Let me try to put them in there. Great. That was a little better. I was fixing to drop that in to the magazine. I mean, to the chamber. That I don't know about the extractor jumping over the rim. Let's hold open. Holds open on the last round. There's the last one. I was going. I was pissed. Concentrate, but I knew. Yeah, aimed here actually, but yeah, that's right-handed. I'm lefty. I got 6 more rounds here. Oh no, 7. No, well, añadir 4 más 3 son 7. Can't add 4 plus 3 equals 7. No, sorry, I ain't a mathematician. Mathematician. Come on now. But then Terrace makes the definitive book. They had horn grips, they had rubber grips, they had plastic grips. These would be some type of plastic. Those are nice wood grips right here. All right. Yep, it's gonna go. All right, we're gonna go for some steel. Oh, 10 yards, 10 yards. Remember that. I'll go for that rubber one on the bottom down there. The big rubber one. Oh, shot low. Probably the ammo. Well, no. No, it's shot with other guns. It's an old gun, and it's probably been a plane wreck. Let's see. That's good for the sciatic right there. That's what happens when you get old. All right, try this bullet again. Get that one. Great. In the pocket. Oh, and through the hole in the pocket. Go right hand, may as well. What the heck? It wasn't squeezing it. Well, it shot for a while. Maybe it doesn't like that mag. Put these two in this one. Those light primer strikes. I don't think it has anything to do with the mag, and there's one loaded in there too. All righty. That's why you keep your finger out the trigger until you're ready to fire. All right, let's see. Should have 3 in there. All right. Pull that. 10 yards down. Welcome to the Sunday morning comedy show. I'm going for that big one. I'll miss it. I mean, not the big round with the Mickey Mouse eaters. Out. So it's probably the way I was holding the gun. Probably limp wristing. I don't know. But they went off the second or third time they hit the primer. But thank y'all for stopping by. Sorry for the long video, but that was the Astra 300 and 380. They also made it in a 32. This one went to Nazi Germany. Nazi Germany used it for their pilots. This one, as you can see, the finish is gone. The story with it, it has some chunky little, worst homemade grips I've ever seen on it in my life. Sent off of these repro plastic type grips. You know, of course that's, yeah, I was talking about the grips. These are not authentic. But yeah, I like that gun really. If they would make this gun today, I mean, that's a solid little piece. It was accurate, as you can see from the first, 4 of the 5 shots, and I threw that one. But I mean, it's an accurate little gun. To me, it's shooting to the right. I had to aim to the left. But I mean, that is a nice, and you'll hear me say that about a lot, but I mean, the size of that gun, I mean, if it held a couple more rounds, make it a little fat grip, that would be nice. But anyway, thank y'all for being here. God bless y'all all, and have a great September.